Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Works Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of August 17th, 2016. I'm actually recording this on my birthday, August 16th. Some listeners and some podcasts, or some podcast listeners, wish me a happy birthday. Thank you guys. Customers came in, wish me a happy birthday. And a lot of people on Facebook wish me a happy birthday, and also on Twitter. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. It was not any grandiose day. It was just another Tuesday for me. So that was work, podcast, and now pull list video for you guys. So let's get right into it. First up, we have Aquaman number 5. Double shipping schedule, so we're getting these out faster and faster and faster. Yep, Aquaman, been enjoying it. It's good so far. It's not the best story for Aquaman, but it is really, really good, and I'm curious to see where it goes. Next up, we have Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, number 1. This title is probably one I'm not looking forward to the most, probably because I don't really care for the Batgirl that's been swinging around, and I've never was a big fan of Birds of Prey. I like the concept of Birds of Prey, but I've never actually gone back and read the old stuff that everyone likes. I didn't like the New 52 iteration of Birds of Prey, so we'll see if this one carries through. Next up, big title, Batman number 5. Tom King's been doing an amazing job on Batman, and if you haven't been reading it, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's fantastic. You need to be reading Tom King's Batman. Alright, next up we have Descender number 14. Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen's robot kind of futuristic thing. Really, really good stuff. I really enjoy it. Yeah, it's good stuff. Next up we have Dr. Fate number 15. Paul Levitz is still penning this one. It's still okay. I still enjoy it for the most part, so I'm just plugging along with it. I don't know if it's going to end soon. It might, but I think there's still an issue after this. Then we have the wonderful Green Arrow number 5. The first couple issues I wasn't too keen on, but the subsequent issues 3 and 4 have picked up a little speed, and I've been enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Green Arrow in issue 5. More green. We have Green Lanterns number 5. Yes, 5 is a common trend. These are the double shipped books, so we're already going to be getting a lot of these. Green Lanterns has been okay. I've been enjoying it for the most part. I'm curious to see what the Red Dawn stuff is, but we will see what happens in that. Next up is another double ship title, Harley Quinn number 2. If you were like, well, didn't we already get a Harley book? Yes, you did, and it did have a Comics Conspiracy exclusive variant. You should go check that out at comicsconspiracy.biz. It just continues from the previous Harley Quinn series. Yeah, so good. I enjoy it. It's not for everybody, but I like Harley Quinn, and it's funny enough and entertaining enough that I'm keeping up with it. Next up, we have Justice League number 3. Been enjoying this one so far. Bummed that Hitch didn't finish his previous Justice League of America stuff. Kind of glazed over it in the Rebirth issue of Justice League, but so far I've been enjoying it. I'm curious to see where issue 3 takes us. Next up is a title I really enjoy from DC, and that's Legends of Tomorrow number 6. All these stories, the Firestorm, the Metamorpho, the Metal Men, the Sugar and Spice, all really solid titles. And for some odd reason, I think Brett Booth does really good art on Firestorm. But yeah, really good stuff. I enjoy Legends of Tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to digging into that beast. Next up, we have Manifest Destiny number 22. I love Manifest Destiny. It's been a great title overall. Every month or whenever I actually get an issue, because sometimes they're delayed. I'm always really excited to see it. I really want this to come out in a nice hardcover format, but we'll see. Next up, we have Nightwing number 3. Yeah, I mean, Nightwing's okay. I don't know if I'm going to keep up with it, but it's been enjoyable for the most part, so we will see if I continue to get this one. Next up, we have a wonderful Jim Lee cover, and that's for Scooby Apocalypse number 4. There is a variant cover for this, but I didn't enjoy it, so I didn't pick it up. I've been enjoying Scooby Apocalypse. It's fun, really cool stuff. It's nice to see these characters kind of modernized. Yeah, so a lot of the Hanna-Barbera stuff has been really good, and you should check it out. Next up is new number 1 from DC, and that's Suicide Squad number 1 with Jim Lee art and Jason Fabok art. I am super excited to read this. The Rebirth issue was fantastic, so I can't wait to get more Suicide Squad, especially since the new Suicide Squad stuff was okay. It wasn't that great. Next up is a new Rebirth title from DC, and that is Supergirl Rebirth number 1. I'm curious to see where this one takes us. Supergirl's been hit or miss for me over the years, but we shall see. Next up is a fantastic book you should be reading as well, and it's funny because a lot of people haven't been reading this book for a long time, but it's really good now, and that's Superman number 5. Peter Tomasi's just been done a fantastic job on Superman. Really good stuff. I love the dynamic between Superman, Clark, and his son Jonathan. Just really good stuff. And being a father myself, I can relate to the title on a different level, and it's really good. Yeah. Next up, we have a fun throwaway book, and that's Teen Titans Go number 17. I get it for myself and for the kids, but I just read it. I don't read it to the kids. Yeah. And next up, last on the pull list for books I'm taking home is Wrath of the Eternal Warrior number 10. This continues the Labyrinth story arc. Really enjoy Eternal Warrior. Good Wrath of Eternal Warrior, I should say. Good stuff. One of the good titles from Valiant. So yeah, a bunch of variants. Let me grab this stack. Yep, a bunch of variants this week. Aquaman number 5, of course. All the DC stuff had their wonderful variants. Birds of Prey had theirs, and I thought that was pretty cool, so I snagged that up. Green Arrow actually surprised me in that it's Neil Adams, and I can't stand Neil Adams, but this Neil Adams cover with the inks is just amazing. It's really good. So if you can, I highly recommend snagging up that Green Arrow Neil Adams. And I know I said pick up a Neil Adams cover of this. Then we have the Green Lanterns number 5. Of course had a variant cover. Harley Quinn has another variant cover, and it's not the best. I'm not a big fan of this artist, but it's Harley, so I'm a sucker, so I picked it up anyway. Yannicka Paquette did the Justice League variant, so we got Superman this time. Awesome stuff right there. Nightwing, of course, had his variant, and it's kind of an homage to the Birds of Prey issue 8 cover. A little bit similar. Suicide Squad, of course, had a variant cover, and it's pretty bitchin'. Awesome right there. I think that's the guy who did Suiciders, that Vertigo book. And, of course, the Rebirth title for Supergirl has an Adam Hughes icon character one. Superman number 5 has some skull stuff going on there, but that's it for the variant covers. I did want to highlight, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name, but a customer and listener of the podcast just came in today to the shop and popped in, said hello. We thought he was going to buy his books or hang out, and he was like, nope, I'm just here to give you this. Happy birthday. And he had actually picked me up a copy of Harley Quinn 29, the GameStop only variant cover. So awesome. Thank you. I love our customers and I love our listeners, and they're just really cool people, and I feel that it was nice, especially on my birthday, to get something like that. So thank you again, even though I don't remember your name and I'm a horrible person for not remembering. So yeah, so that was the stack of stuff I took home. Ginormous. Ridiculous. I thought I'd be cutting books instead of getting new ones. Oh, let me reach over here. Sorry, I gotta get. It's all the way over there. All right, let's get these done. I got to do a kind of quick pull list, quicker than normal pull list tonight. I was running late from the podcast, and my son, 5-year-old son, actually starts school tomorrow, kindergarten for the first time. So yeah, I'm excited. But I'll touch on that in a minute. But first up, we have Black Hammer on the read list. Jeff Lemire's Dark Horse title. The first issue was interesting enough, so I'm going to give issue 2 a try. Brian Wood has a new one out called Briggsland number 1, again from Dark Horse. He also has a Black Road issue that came out this week, but I don't remember what one it was, and I didn't get a chance to write down the stuff that I wasn't able to put up for the list. We have Civil War X-Men number 3. It's been an okay read. I'm just going to continue with it since it's probably almost done. But overall, it's just eh. Next up is a new number 1 from Image, and that's Demonic number 1. Curious to see what that one's all about. I know nothing about it, so I'm going in raw. Yeah. Next up is a title from a Civil War title, but it's only called The Fallen. Nothing attached to Civil War except the splash thing here in the corner. So I'm curious to see what that one's all about. The Accused last week from The Accused was really good. I really enjoyed The Accused. That was a good one. Next up is The Mighty Thor number 10, and apparently everyone was going to know that the new Thor is Jane Foster. Jason Aaron's just done an amazing job on Mighty Thor, even having to renumber it and it being female and whatever. It's still a fun, good title. Next up is Power Man and Iron Fist number 7. It's an okay book. I'm just checking it out because it's okay and it entertains me enough to keep it on the read list. And then finally on the reading list we have Star Wars Poe Dameron, or it's probably just labeled Poe Dameron, but I like slapping Star Wars in front of there. Issue 5. Yeah, Poe has to go to prison basically, so we shall see what happens with that. So that's it for the pull list. Again, sorry for a little bit of a shorter one, or quick, rigorous one. I gotta get to bed and wake up early so I can go with my son to his first day of kindergarten, his first day of school ever. He is with his mom tonight, not me, so I have to wake up early to make sure I'm all ready to go, and she's supposed to drop my daughter off here, and then we are going over to my son's school, and then I have my kids this weekend, so that's good. I've missed them. Yeah, I've gotten one bookcase up here. My mother was nice enough to get me a birthday present early this weekend, and she got me some more bookcases. So yeah, I'll have some more up soon, so you'll have the nice background versus the bland background, and I'll hopefully get my life more situated. I do appreciate all of your guys' comments regarding my situation right now. It really helps me realize, that I'm not alone, that a lot of people have gone through it, and that a lot of people care. Thank you very much for those. If I'm sorry I haven't replied to them, this past week has been very hectic for me, just running around and trying to get everything together for this week. So the next few weeks are going to be a little dodgy, but I'll be able to get through. Did record episode 273 of the Comics Conspiracy this week. We were off for 1 week because Ryan was sick and we couldn't schedule make up time for an episode. But tonight's episode is super long. We go over the July numbers for comic books and also Suicide Squad and what we thought of Suicide Squad. I'm hoping to try and get a video up for Suicide Squad, but I don't know if I will. But you can check out at least a little bit of my opinion on episode 273, and there'll be a link to that in the description below. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's my birthday. I turned 37. Yep. Don't really know. It doesn't feel like anything else but a normal Tuesday, except a lot of people more. My phone went off more, and people said happy birthday to me. But you guys are probably going to say happy birthday in the comments. I appreciate it. It's cool to see everybody, well wishing and stuff. So yeah, I did mention something about having a contest. I'm working on the fine details of it, so it's nothing big or major or something I have to contact other people. It's something I have to get together for myself. So be aware of that. That's coming up. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle's @BrockSager. Like I said, you can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. If you like the Comics Conspiracy podcast and me as a YouTuber, you can help support at least me through Comics Conspiracy podcast right now through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicconspiracy. It's for a little $1 a month. You help us with funding the podcast and keeping it going. We did post a new Bryce briefly, so that is something for Patreon backers only. So if you want to check those out, they're up. Other than that, I'm got to finish this up and get it posted. I know I didn't get the conspiratorbrock.com blog post up with last week. I have it. I just need to add the links to it, and I just didn't have time. But again, thank you for watching. I appreciate everything and all your guys' support. So yeah, I think that I'm gonna call it a night, and I'll see you next week.